Yo, what's good? It's been Fire here, back from a video, and today we're going to be hopping into another College Football 26 video. Today we're going to be going over my full stickwork tutorial for College Football 26. Now, this is a video I will make usually every year, but of course, everything changes year in, year out. So we have new run styles that get better, we have old styles that fade out, new moves are better, certain skill moves are a lot more usable than they were, and there's just more, a little bit better ways to do things. So this is going to be the full guide for everything you need to know regarding stickwork. How can I be the best player in the world in the open field? That's what we're going to talk about today. So if you guys are new to the channel, please hit a like button, subscribe to the channel down below. Let me know what other videos you guys want to see. A lot of ebooks, looking to drop a defensive one, offensive one, always taking suggestions on those. So definitely drop those down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. About 70% of you that watch my videos are not subscribed. Come on now, what are you doing? Let's get that number to about 40%. So let's take a look at what we got here in just basic runs. Now let's talk about how to do all of the skill moves first of all. So you're just going to snap the ball and you're going to press right trigger to go turbo, and your right stick is going to be the juke. So right stick is not the only way, is not only the juke, it is a few different things. Now, how do you do the juke? It's going to be left and right on the right stick. So left and right on the right stick is pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. There's not a whole lot really to it. So again, you're just moving that right stick to the left or the right, and that is how you do the juke move. Obviously, the direction that you juke in is the direction that you flick the stick. If I want to juke right, I flick the stick to the right. If I want to juke left, I flick the stick to the left. Now, what else can we do with the right stick? You can juke backwards. That's going to do kind of a little hop, little back step, little back juke. Maybe he's coming in hot with his user. You back juke, kind of stop there a little bit. It's not really used, so I'm not going to talk about it a whole lot, but that is the mechanic to use it. And last but not least, with the right stick, we have the truck stick. So the truck stick is going to be up on the right analog stick, and what that's going to do is, hey, I see a corner. I checked it down to my running back. I see a corner over there. I know he can't tackle. I know he's 150 pounds. I'm going to flick up on that right stick, and we're going to run him over. So that's all with the right stick. Now, there's also different ways to get different juke animations. You can hold the right trigger and get this quick one. You can let go and get kind of a slower one. And I'll try not to sprint into the end zone. Let's actually back up a little bit so we have more room to work with. But yeah, so you're going to get a different juke if you're holding the right trigger and then flick the right stick. You're going to get a different juke if you are not holding the right trigger at all in juke. If you're holding RT and LT, then you'll get a different juke as well, or just left trigger. So yeah, pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple. It's going to be the same thing with the back juke. And let's talk about the spin move next. Now, the spin move is definitely pretty solid this year. You can see there's a few different ways to do it. You tap B or circle to get the spin move, but you can notice there's a faster one, and we will definitely use that to our advantage a little bit later. But simple directional spin moves. I'm going to obviously talk about some combos that are good. Juke into the spin combo, very good. Let's talk about how to stop and go, but you can see you get this fast spin move by just tapping B without holding the right trigger. So make sure you let go of the right trigger and you'll get this fast spin move. If you are holding the right trigger, you'll get this, which is kind of a little bit slower. Boom. It's not that slow, but it is a little bit slower. Now, we do run out of stamina quick, even though I turned it on the max, but whatever. So, spin move is B. You'll get the faster one if you're not holding the right trigger. If you are holding the right trigger, you'll get a little bit of a slower one. But pretty self-explanatory with those. The last move would be the stiff arm, which I can't show you now. I will talk about the stiff arm later, you guys, because it's very good. And we'll actually go up against the defense so you can see what it looks like and see what some of these moves look like. But yeah, we got stiff arm, which is going to be tapping A. So tapping A is going to give you the stiff arm. I'm not sure. Maybe I can actually show you guys kind of what it looks like. So here is a true look. A stiff arm, right stick up, truck. Right stick is up, is going to be the reach for it. You can also spin with the right stick. I wouldn't recommend. If you want a lateral, press that L1. RB is going to be to protect the ball. And then you have your X, which is going to be diving for the pylon. The next thing you have is, like, of course, your hurdles, but hurdles not as good. You can't really like jurtle quickly, like it was kind of broken. but you can't really do it. So sometimes you may want to hurdle, but it's not great. If you want to dive, again, it's just X to give yourself up, which can help if your running back is gassed like he was there. And maybe I have prime Sean Taylor up and coming. I'm not going to take that hit. You guys might want to, but I am definitely not one to take that type of a hit. So regardless, let's put some of these combos together. Or actually, let's talk about the stop and go. Let's do the combos first, and I'll talk about how to stop and go a little bit later. So how do we do some of these combos? Now, in my opinion, the best combo is the juke into the spin. First, I'll just kind of show you what it looks like, and then we will talk about it a little bit later. My hair's bothering me. Holy crap, it's not a good look. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into it. So the best way to do it is to do something like this. Little juke into the spin. You can get it a little bit slower, but that is the best kind of combo, and we'll talk about how to do it, but very successful look there. And you can also go with like kind of a double juke. That's also an option, but it's going to be kind of slow, but not an awful move in the open field. But the best one is definitely this juke into kind of the fast spin. Now, how do you do that? What you're going to do is be running in the direction you want, and then obviously juke to the opposite side. You're going to hold the right trigger while you do this, and then you're going to let go of the trigger to spin quickly. So that wasn't a good example, but that is a good example. So you can kind of see the difference. You want kind of almost the slower juke animation helps, because then you're going to spin in the opposite direction. So now what's important is the directions. So I'm going to juke while holding my left stick to the left and right stick to the left, and then I'm going to quickly flick my left stick to the opposite side, and that's going to spin me in the opposite direction. So my left stick is on the right, boom, I juke, and then I flick it back to the left. And I even don't do this great all the times. It is difficult to get down, but again, I have my left stick to the left, my right stick to the right, I juke that way, and then quickly I flick my left stick to the left, I let go of the right trigger, and then I press B, and that gives me the fast kind of spin animation. So I also, if I don't want to, I don't have to hold the right trigger, but sometimes it can be a little slow. So overall, what I can also do, and I'll show this on the next one, is you can hold the right trigger for both if you prefer kind of the slower spin move. If it actually helps you, which sometimes it does get kind of a little better, then you can definitely do that. A little slower spin move. I think it's best when you're kind of like running towards the outside and you can boom, cut it the opposite direction. Specifically if you have like a one-on-one in the open field, maybe you hit a nice little post or a crosser, you got one safety in front of you, he's coming from that side, we're actually gonna, kind of, that's where you kind of, or he's just coming straight down, you kind of juke to the outside, boom, cut it back the opposite way. And it is definitely money. So we'll just show it a few more times. Boom, quick juke, spin, opposite side, quick juke, fast spin, boom, fast. Now the fast spin's not gonna change directions as much as the other one. It just kind of cuts it upfield, but you can still definitely make him miss if he overcommits to your move to the outside. Another thing that we can do is we can obviously like cut it inside and then spin to the outside. So we juke in, spin out, we juke in, spin out. So that's another effective way. Like let's say we throw a little drag route, we immediately juke to the inside. So like I throw the drag, catch it here, boom, and then I spin to the outside. So I juke in, boom, spin to the outside. Juke in, boom, spin to the outside, and we make it to the end zone. So just a nice little way to combo it together, and that is probably your best bet. Now, could you spin into a juke? Technically you could, but I don't really recommend it. So let's spin, juke. I would definitely hold the right trigger if you're spinning first. Obviously if you just want to spin, then I would tap it, but it's definitely not as effective as juking into the spin. You can see it's a lot slower and you can't really combo it together. So not great. Now let's actually put this together against a defense, and I'll try and like make these moves a few times or show off the stiff arm like I talked about. So let's put a defense on the field. I'll be back. Now I'm not sure what the best way to kind of do this is. I think I'm just going to do it like this and try to get the ball to a running back in the open field with some blockers. But again, you kind of boom. The juke, it's a little bit hit or miss off the bat. Most times it should work pretty well. Let's try and get the stiff arm going, and I'll try and maybe run the ball to get that stiff arm working. But let's show the stiff arm first, and then we'll try and get some of those moves working. So boom, run here. I guess I was trying to tap A. I didn't get the animation, but again, you tap A, you can almost kind of spam it. Maybe they patched it, maybe it's not as good, but usually it is pretty solid. If you guys play this game a lot, you know how kind of broken it is. But the stiff arm is tap A. It's not working great for us right now, but again, no, crap, that's not good either. At least we got out of there. So let's see if we can hit it maybe out of the backfield. And he may not be a good, because he's that elusive archetype. Maybe he's not the greatest guy for this. Let's try and get it to one of our tight ends maybe. Whatever. So tapping A is how to stiff arm. I don't know why it's not working, but I'm sure you guys have seen it before, and that's how you do it. Now, as far as the juke moves go, that's kind of how we want to do it, is flick out. Now, he does kind of wrap us up. And again, it's not going to work every time, but it's more to kind of avoid those users. And I realized I forgot to talk about the stop and go, but I will talk about that after this. But it's more for the users, no, nice block, 85. But it's because the CPU is hit or miss a lot of the times, but we can juke, spin. Let's try and get it again here. That's kind of how you would combo it. It doesn't fake out the CPU much, but it would be good against the users. Now, let's show the stop and go and kind of how we do that. And the best way to do the stop and go is pretty simple. It's a little bit tough to explain, but you're going to be running, holding the right trigger, and then you let go, and then you just press it again. So let go, press it again. And while I let go, I slowly move back that left stick. It's going to be up. I slowly just let it go back. I don't move it back, but I just hold it up while I'm moving up, and then I slowly let go as I let go of the right trigger. So I'm kind of trying to show you guys with my camera there, but I'm holding the right trigger. I let go, slowly let it go. Boom. Change directions. Do one of those. So it's pretty simple. I would recommend just going in practice mode like this, and you can even do it without the defense. But again, just holding right trigger, boom, let go. Because if you move it back, this is what happens. Now, sometimes it can be a little bit better, and this is me kind of picking it up a little bit. And if you do want to try and get it a little bit of a cleaner stop the way I did there, and I'll show you guys the replay so you can see it just a little bit better, is this kind of stop was good. Like a boom, quick stop like that. That's the perfect kind of stop. Because that's where your opponent, if he's not strafing and holding the left trigger, he's not going to be able to do that. And the way you get those kind of quicker stops is just kind of actually moving it back slowly. But if you do it too much, it's going to do that. So it's definitely something you want to practice. Even I am not doing it perfectly, and I've played this game for years, Madden and college football, and this has always kind of been the same. And the way you kind of get these quick stops is if you just quickly move it back, and you literally have to, you pull it down, you pull down the left stick, press the right trigger, and move it back up as quickly as you can. Super difficult to kind of explain, but and again, you mess it up a little bit, then you're screwed. And I did it well the first times, and then I mess up, so it's probably even something I need practice with, but that's how you do it. You're holding the left trigger, with the right trigger, you're moving the left stick up, you let go. You can almost manually move, for this one, to get the little bit more aggressive stop, you manually move this down, and then you press it back up and press the right trigger again. So again, not perfect. I need practice with it, but I'm not doing it well at all there. But you guys could kind of see it better, and we'll try it one more time before we get out of here, but you guys kind of get the point of it. And again, you definitely can't move it back too much. So I need practice with it, and I have the precision ring and the control freak, and it's still difficult, but that is how you do it. That's the base idea, and you saw me do it well a few times. But that's pretty much going to wrap up the video here. If you guys did enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel down below, and peace.